Hey everybody, you're on Waternaw Models. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today we're getting down to some of the really good parts of detailing, some of the fun parts. Well, it's all fun, I think. And I assume that's why you're doing your modeling. We digress. Um, Yesterday, if you've been following the streams, you would have seen that we got the floor of the cockpit done and the dashboard. I've applied aluminium to a few spots so as we can apply the gunmetal grey to create the look of the shock absorbers. And we'll get onto all of these. I'll show you first what we're going to work on as we go through it. We may as well as do this, excuse me, in colours. One of the colours I want to work a bit with, in fact, dare I suggest it quite a bit with, excuse me, got a bit of a scratch, is our gunmetal grey, because that is going to go in a number of spots. Most notably, we will, okay, so we're going to put the gunmetal grey on those bare strips on the side and that little square bit in the middle. Here. We're also going to apply gunmetal grey. Actually, you'll see, okay, see where the triangle sort of thing ends? In between there, or directly opposite that triangle, is our shock absorber. We're going to put gunmetal grey on both of those. Our wheels are looking overall not bad. What we're going to try and do is do the outer circle and a couple of little lines in, and that will be our brake calipers. Further, we're going to, and we'll do that in gunmetal grey. And if we look at, here we go, there's our dash. Oh, that's looking very pretty actually, kind of pleased with that one. What we will do is apply gunmetal grey to some of the where the gauges go. The reason we're going to do them in gunmetal grey is because if we look at our picture of the dash, again, these images kindly allowed by permission from the Historical Aviation Film Unit in New Zealand. You'll notice that the gauges are actually, it's like your car. The whole thing doesn't actually change colour, it's the same colour. But we want to bring it up. So we're going to use a slightly different colour. Quick little aside. One of the great things about acrylics for me, see this? That is not an art piece. The great part about acrylics is you can just get a little spot of your paint onto a piece of paper, which you can use over and over again. And look, maybe I'm getting a bit excited about nothing, but for ease of or for cleanliness, ease of use, fantastic. Now, I'm going to need to put my goggles on. Excuse me a moment. Now, something I am going to make mention of. Now, this piece here, it has a bit of black at the top. It's not quite as neat as it might be. I might do a touch up on that first. And the reason for that is because some of those gauges will also potentially be gunmetal grey, and or they'll be or the natural grey, neutral grey rather. I have other grey paints. We will hold that debate later. But the point is, I'm going to quickly just do a bit of touching up on that, because if I choose to run to the gunmetal grey, by the time I get to that, The black should dry. That the rule of thumb that applies in cookery, that here's how it operates. If you got an ingredient in cookery, a spice or whatever, you're adding it to make sure you're getting a certain flavour, less is better. And the reason for that is that if you want to add more, you can. Now, do that same end. When you're doing delicate brushing, that's come out very nicely, I must say. But a little bit more. It'll take you longer potentially if you're just doing a little bit, but you just got to scratch and suddenly hammer it. Well, hey, you're not going to be happy. You need to be a little bit patient. Around we go. There we have him. Oh, that's starting to look very nice. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Yeah. Now, what you can see there is how I've got a nice clear line of the black gauges there next to the interior green, and there's all the other areas where we can start adding other colours to really bring that to life. There we go. There we go, some good angle. Now I'm going to do the other side board, which is a bit shorter. You see how we're starting to create a few different things that illustrate different parts of the aircraft floor and stuff. Yeah, that's come up nice. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. Now the thing I'm happy with, there's a few things I'm happy with looking at this. You can see how there's plenty of area to put different colours. But if you look there, because I've got the gunmetal grey to go around the area, or that raised area, which I've coloured the interior green, you can see it much more clearly. Now, one of the great parts about that is that on the Air Cobra, the kit allows us to have the doors open. So when we have the doors open, this detail will be able to be seen. And that's great. That's why I'm all aglow. There's a thing with modelling that can be actually really good for your overall mental health if you can allow yourself to fully get into the zone, you'll find it's quite meditative. Now, that's starting to come together now. There we go. So that raised area, I believe, is where the joystick will go. It'll all come out really quite clearly. There's going to be a lot of detail we can show. It's going to look great. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm not, in fact, you may have noticed, I'm not actually brushing it on. I'm more and letting the paint come off. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see there's a few little spots I still need to touch up through the middle here. But we're off to a flying start. Oh, I just realised what I said about that. I'm modelling an aircraft, really, boy wonder. Anyway, but you can see how they look like the gauges. They stick out. They look good. We've got a bit more work to do on this one. Right. Now, we're Doing very well. Now I want to let that dry. I will quickly show you. And oh, yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. Now we're going to be putting other colours on that. We've got some red, some yellow. Actually, I have some yellow here we can use. Where would I put it there? But you can see it's starting to come along now. So, yeah, there we have it. Now, what we might also do before I end the stream, because actually, yeah, I'll just do one a little bit more, and then hopefully I will do another stream today. If not, I will. Part of that gets what stops me from doing a stream is I might be doing editing on a video, and I start the stream and yeah, things processing the vid, or yeah, that's not good. Or because it chews up memory if we uploaded it to YouTube. Look, no, it's not going to happen, man. So I mean, these are things. Now, I'll quickly show you what I did there, and see how, in the same way that we've got, give me a moment to get the dash going. The dash is so. In the same way that we've got the dash there with the gauges cut painted in, on this portion we have that same effect at the top. Now, again, if you, or as always, if you want to track me down on Facebook, look for Rob's Builds. If you're looking for, if you're on Twitter, I am Rob the Builder. If what the hell is going on with that light? Let me fix that. If you're on Instagram, Warts and All Models, and yeah, feel free to track me down on any of those platforms, and that'd be great. Alrighty. Now today is Friday. Well, again, here it is. Other parts of the world it's not. But I'll be back Monday for in Australia. Monday morning for another session of live streaming, and that will be done at the same kit time, same kit channel.